Hi TK and welcome to English class. I hope that you guys have just finished watching the letter X video with Mr. Jack Hartman and you have discovered the sound of the X. Now I know that we have already studied the X in Spanish, which in Spanish we call it the X, right? And we say X, 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 x. And we do that with our arms because when we put our arms like this, we are making the shape of the X, right? So I know that you guys are probably familiar already with how we write the letter X, but I do want to go ahead and just show you these little cards of the uppercase and lowercase just as a little refresher for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and hold up both of these cards and we're going to take a good look at these letter X's right here. Now, which one do you think is the uppercase X? Let's look at both of these cards and try to tell which one is the uppercase X. Is it 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Which one is the uppercase? If you said number 1, you are correct. We know that this is the uppercase X because the uppercase letter is always larger and taller than a lowercase x, right? The lowercase is always going to be lower and smaller. Okay, so this is the uppercase X. And notice it is just made out of 2 diagonal lines. And these lines should start at the top of your writing page and come, or your writing line and come all the way to that bottom line. Okay, the lowercase x, however, is going to start on the dotted line and touch the bottom line. And it's going to look just like that uppercase X. It's just shorter and it starts on the dotted line and touches the bottom line. All right, so I know we already have had lots of practice writing the letter X. We have some friends in our classroom whose names start with the letter X, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it, but Mr. Chavi's name starts with X, and that's because it is pronounced, he has the Spanish pronunciation of the letter X, but today we are going to be focusing on the sound that it makes in English, and it is pretty much the exact same sound that it makes in Spanish, okay? It sounds like a K and an S together, and the X says X. Say it with me. X. Right? And so we just had a lot of fun saying that with Mr. Jack Hartman in the letter X video. And so now we're going to kind of go through some of the words that end in X because since X is a really, really rare letter, there are not very many words that start with the letter X. I'm going to go ahead and just give you 2 examples that start with the letter X. So a name that would start with the letter X would be the name Xavier, Xavier, right? So you hear that X at the beginning, Xavier. You hear that? Good. Another word that starts with an X is an X-ray. Look at that, X-ray. X-ray. And if you've never seen an X-ray before, this is what an X-ray is. It is a picture of your bones, okay? It's a picture that they take with a very special camera at the doctor that can see through your skin and all of your muscles, and it takes a picture of your bones. So this is what an X-ray is. There's also one more special word that starts with an X, and that is a beautiful, colorful instrument that is called a xylophone. Xylophone. And I know it's a little tricky because it sounds like it starts more with like the Z sound, but it does start with an X. And later on this week, you are going to be completing a really beautiful xylophone craft. So just keep in mind, it's kind of like xylophone, xylophone. You kind of hear the Z a little bit more than the X, but I do want you to know that xylophone does begin with the letter X. Now, let's review some of the words that end in X, okay? And Mr. Hartman had a lot of really great, fun, exciting words that end in X, and I listed them here for you, and what we're going to be doing at this time is just sort of coming up with some hand motions and signals to help us remember these words that end in X, okay? So the first word that he said was there was a giant Rex, right? And let's kind of we'll make some little short arms because a T-Rex has little short arms. So we'll just go Rex. Everybody do it with me. Rex. And you can stand up for this. So go ahead and stand up, get out of your chair so we get our little bodies moving. Okay, so Rex is the first word. And we can kind of make scary claws like a Rex has. So Rex. Let's listen for that N sound. And we see that it has the X right here at the end. Rex. Very good. The next word he said was that Rex did a flex. Everybody do a big flex for me. Flex. Good. Ooh, and take a look at your big muscles. I know some of you have some big muscles. And while you're doing this, use your hand to cup and listen for that X sound at the end. Flex. Did you hear it? Let's say it one more time. Flex. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and underline that X sound. There you go. And once again, this X is at the end of our word. Okay? The next one. So we have Rex. We have flex. And the next one is the word tux. Let's do this. It's like a nice tuxedo. So we're going to go like this. Tux. Okay? Like we're buttoning up our nice tuxedo. Tux. Let's do it one more time. Tux. Good. And are you listening for that X sound at the end of that word? Very good. Tux. Alrighty. Next word is the word sax. Say it with me. Sax. And a sax is a very long, beautiful instrument. So we're going to go sax. Do it with me. Sax. Good. Or maybe it would be easier if we just kind of go like this. Sax. You guys like that better? Okay, let's stick with that. Sax. Alrighty? And that's a long, gold, beautiful instrument. Okay, so we have Rex. We have flex. We have tux. We have sax. Okay, and let's underline that X right there so that we keep in mind that it also ends in X. And we have two more. We have a fox. Let's do like some cute little paws like this for a fox. Ready? Fox. Say it with me. Fox. Good. One more time. Fox. Do you hear that X sound at the end? Very good. I'm going to go ahead and underline that X. And for our last word, we have the number 6. 6. I know all of you know this number, the number 6, right? And I just went ahead and drew a 6 right here for you so that you can see that this is the number 6. Okay, so I hope that you have all enjoyed listening to some of the sounds that the X makes. We're going to continue to practice this sound. Tomorrow you will watch your video with Mr. Jack Hartman again, and then I will have a fun activity all about a xylophone for you guys to do on Friday. But just practice this sound. Remember that the letter X makes the X sound, and we write the uppercase touching the top and the bottom line here, and the lowercase starts on the broken line and touches the bottom line as well. So the uppercase goes from the very top to the bottom, the lowercase goes from the broken to the bottom. Okay, so I will include a formation packet for you guys, or a page in your work packet where you can practice this letter X. Look for the description in your lesson plan of when I would like you to complete this letter. But please continue to practice the letter X sound. Look for words in your environment that end in X. And ask mom or dad, does this end in the letter X? Okay, it's a very rare letter, a very exciting and unique letter. So just be on the lookout for that. I will see you guys next time. Bye, TK.